That was a great intro.
You like what I've been working on for today?
Is that what you did all day?
That's what I've been doing all day. I am not a video guy, but if we're going to do this, we're going to do this right.
I like that one. That was cool.
Thank you for the premiere episode 1. It's End the Week with the Geeks. Yep. My audio is apparently way off. Are you seeing it way off, or is it just me?
No, you're fine.
This is the problem when you render After Effects, or you screw up everything. If your memory usage, I probably have After Effects open and everything, so whatever. So this is a new show we're going to do, 15 minutes, Fridays. Typically, we're going to probably start at 2. My fault. We had STK steaks delivered. We're delivering to my staff, so I was kind of getting that prepped, and it came right at the worst time, so we pushed it off. But this show is for you to ask us questions, 15 minutes, quick. We end at 15. We're not going past it. And the goal is to answer any questions that you may have IT related that you want answered.
Yep.
If you don't answer questions, I'll probably talk and try to talk about different news and different things. But I really rather have you. I want this to be the chance for us to answer your questions.
Yep.
So ask your questions. Put them in the comments. Ask away. I love Techie Geek. Todd, we love you, and you love my video intros, don't you? I hope you saw it. If not, I'll be playing it all day on midday with mom. But quickly, for those of us who don't watch us all the time, I am Mike Bloomfield. I am the president geek of Techie Geek. I am a geek. I love toys, and the next show we're going to be starting will be an unboxing of toys. So I got a whole lot of video. I'm starting my own network. And then we have Christina Frischer with us. Go ahead, Christina.
Hey, so I am Christina Frischer. I am the sales and / marketing geek at this point for Mike for Techie Geek. So yeah, we're here for this afternoon on a lovely Friday. It's finally starting to get a little nice out here in Staten Island. So we just figured we would answer some questions. We did get a couple questions from Todd on one of our posts, so we could start there if you want and kind of just get the ball rolling.
Sure. Well, what was his first question? It's not in this view, so I can't throw it up on the screen. Do you happen to have one of his?
I do. So he says, let's see, what's a good one? When it comes to internet at home, if people are noticing slow connection speeds or disruptions, what is your best advice for improving or troubleshooting the issue?
Okay, so home internet is always one of those tough ones, right? A business home internet, very different from one another. Most home internet people have the router that their internet provider gives to them, right? So if you have Verizon, you have either the Black Quantum router or their newer. You're all choppy. Am I really all choppy, Anthony? That's not good. No.
Okay, you're coming in fine on my end, so I don't know, but I'm watching through StreamYard, so.
And now I hope I'm not choppy. He says I'm choppy. He's making me think. Like, let me close After Effects. Let me get some of this stuff closed down.
Anthony, am I choppy too, or is it just Mike?
Todd said, you know what? Anthony's just probably messing with us because we messed with him on COVID talks. Good job, Anthony. But don't wait. I'll get you tonight. All right. So most people at their home internet use the router supplied to them from Verizon, the Quantum router, the white, or the Spectrum router that they give us. So the problem with that is those aren't truly designed to do a house of 2,000 square feet, 3,000 square feet with perfect internet throughout, right? You'll have really good internet by the router, and as you venture out and put more walls in between you, more floors in between you, it will drop. So we all imagine wireless as invisible, right? So we think it has no barriers. So you put the router wherever and it just gets everywhere without issue. That's not the case. Every piece of metal, every piece of wood, sheetrock, drawing, microwave, oven, everything you have going on in your house is interfering with this Wi-Fi. Everyone's got cell phones. These cell phone waves are interfering with other waves. Yes, there are frequencies and there's different levels. There's almost floors of a wireless spectrum that we can't see, but things are fighting. So what happens is with these home routers, they can't compete. Your neighbors have Wi-Fi. It's interference if you're in an apartment building. So the best thing to do is you want to put multiple access points, just like a business does, a hospital does. When you look any big environment, you'll see disc on the wall, on the ceilings typically. And what that does is that access point is responsible for a small area.
I wonder if I could pull mine out quick and show.
You can, but your Wi-Fi will go out. Don't go out. So Now, typically in a business environment, these are all hardwired because you want those to be hardwired and that's a Unify, that's an older version, but that was what we hooked up Christina when we went work from home because she was having internet issues in her home. These ones are all hardwired, but in a home, you don't have that ability, right? You don't have the ability to run cables. So you want to go with the newest technology, which is mesh technology. You do not want to put extenders. You don't want to buy the extenders like the neck gears that plug in your wall.
They always suck in my house too. I got them.
All those do is take a signal and rebroadcast a new Wi-Fi signal that you have to join. Now, your phones are not smart enough to know while you walk around to move you from point to point. So this is where products like the Nest Wi-Fi, previously known as the Google Wi-Fi, really comes into play. One of the access points gets hardwired, and then the other access points get wireless through a wireless mesh. But as you walk around your house, it actually moves you from one to the other. And while we talk, we might as well pull it up. So basically, one of these would get hardwired to your internet, hooked up could replace your Verizon router, but typically with Verizon, you won't replace it, and there's other reasons. We're not going to get into that today. But you put that in place, and then the other ones are wireless. Now you have a mesh network that gives you Wi-Fi throughout your whole house. Now, if you have 3 floors, you might have one on each floor. They are rather inexpensive, but this is showing this traditional single router, right? You're just broadcasting from one point. Yeah. When you go to a mesh network, you're now broadcasting from all over. You're now able to take over and put Wi-Fi throughout your whole home. We are a Nest Wi-Fi dealer. Typically, we would install these. Right now with COVID, we would not install them, but we have the ability to walk you through an installation if you wanted to do this. They are fairly easy to set up, but we also could get them for you for cheaper than if you went to get them directly. We are a Nest dealer, a Google dealer. But easy way, fix home Wi-Fi at your house, something that everyone should be looking into.
Yeah, honestly, getting the access point that you gave me for my house, I know it's a little different, but it literally changed the internet like upside down from the difference that I was getting from where I have to be to use my computer versus where my router is. It's like night and day now. It's like I have internet finally. Like I literally was bare bones,
Yep. So Todd has threw 4 questions out of us. Yeah. We got 6 minutes. We are keeping this to 15 minutes.
Let's do it.
We're gonna do this one. Are you noticing schemes that hackers are taking advantage of due to the pandemic, meaning clickbait, advertising, false links, news stories, organizations, links of vaccines, and tests that lead you to possibly downloading a virus? Todd, it is like we are connected. That's all I'm going to say. So I had put together a slideshow just in case we did not get any questions based on exploiting COVID. So we're going to run through this quick. Usually this would be like a 15, 20-minute presentation, but we're going to go through this quick. Okay. So the Department of Justice has had to come out and say phishing emails from entities posing as the World Health Organization or the CDC and prevention. They have been phishing emails. Hackers are trying to pose themselves as legitimate organizations. The HHS came out, said the same thing. The cyber insurance, the ISA. So there's all these cyber scams that are occurring right now during COVID. Hackers do not take the time off. They don't take the time off for businesses, and they don't take the time off for personal. They are trying to exploit. 30 million Americans are unemployed. Yes, hackers typically come from your Russia, your Poland, your China, your other countries. But the whole world is dealing with the pandemic. There's unemployment throughout the whole world. How do people try to get money? That's how they try to get money. Hackers try to get money by exploiting you and getting money from you. So here's an example of an HHS spoofing email. So it provided an email that looked like it was COVID-19 information coming from the Department of Health. If you click on the link, it appears to be a legitimate link that takes you to hhs.gov. However, it redirects you because the hhs.gov website had a flaw on their website that allowed a hacker to put a addressing that would actually redirect you to the hacker.
Seriously.
So when you hover over a link, it shows you where it's coming from. And you kind of want to look at this, you see, oh, that's a legitimate site. But then if you notice they had put in another website, and because the HHS website was incorrectly had a security flaw, it allowed it to redirect you. So you think you're going to a government website, it redirected you to their website, branded right, and then gathered information.
Well,
great. Hackers are smart. They're good at what they do. This was a CDC email spoofing one. Of course, CDC and the WHO remain among the most spoofed organizations right now because that's who everyone's looking for. Clicking on links usually leads to credential stealing. They are trying to steal your credentials. And I'm sure we'll get into this in future episodes of why they're stealing your credentials. But they steal your credentials to try to go in the banks and different websites because, unfortunately, most of you out there use the same password for everything. Stop doing that. So higher quality, polished advertisements. To you, this is a phishing email. Look how legitimate that looks. It looks like a high quality an image, the logo. They take their time. So they're taking advantage of material shortages such as hand sanitizer. Red Cross message. So this was a text message that went out to appear to be victims. redcross-facemask.ca. Obviously, CA is not a typical United States top-level domain. That's a Canadian domain. But this is what they're doing. They try to get you at a time of need to see something. Oh, the Red Cross needs you. Your sorted, boom, go ahead. They're giving a free box per household, and you're going to go in and fill out all your information, your phone number, your address, whatever they're looking to gather on you. And then, and they ask to pay a delivery fee and provide credit card information on this one. So they trick you. They give you a free box of masks, pay $5 of shipping. I wish I could get the numbers on how many people fell for that one.
I've seen a lot of people doing that, but actually, like, reputably, like, companies will be like, oh, we have free masks, but then they'll totally inflate the shipping price and make like $6 to ship one mask,
Yep. And that's what they do. And spoofing internal HR. So spoofing internal is they use vague language. It's a fake office plan during the COVID, and the attachment itself was to steal your credentials by requesting your Office 365 credentials. So when you would open that link, it would come up and look like an Office 365 login page, and most people then try to log in. Mm-hmm. And they spoof it by using similar names. They purchase domains that are similar. So like it might be Techie Geek with one E instead of two E's in geek. You got to be aware of all that.
Yep. Typically, if it's coming from a website, so you should keep in mind that like it will still be the general part of the website will still stay the same. It's not going to change the cdc.gov part of the website. It's going to make the hyperlinks after that. That's going to be reputable. It's when the website domain is changed and looks like a new name. That's when you got to be wary.
Yep. And then COVID-19 ransomware. We keep talking about this. Guess what? It's still here, and it's here during COVID scams. And I have a video I'll share out later on kind of watching the anatomy of how a ransomware attacks. But they're targeting, it's called NetWalker ransomware file. When you execute it, it encrypts all your files. Now, think of how devastating this would be for a business. You're already knocked down. Great. Now you get hit with ransomware. How are you going to survive? You need to prepare now. You can't, just like we should have been preparing for the pandemic and business continuity prior, you need to prepare if you don't have a business continuity plan in place for your business now. Mm-hmm. Because trying to do it later, there's
no way to get yourself back after an attack. You got to be prepared.
There is a number to report COVID-19 fraud, 866-720-5721, or disaster@leo.gov. That's where you can contact them, let them know there is COVID-19 fraud. But be careful, educate your employees. And that was all I had. That was a quick presentation that I put together.
15 minutes on the dot.
Great question, Todd. That we're in sync. Yep. But again, we're at 15 minutes and 30 seconds. So this is what this show is going to be. It's going to be quick. It's going to be rapid fire, 15 minutes, get you in, get you out. If you have anything IT, this is your chance to ask free IT questions. Lawyers don't give you free questions. They charge you retainers. I'm giving you 15 minutes every Friday to ask questions that you might have IT related. If I could fit it in 15 minutes, we'll talk about it. So this is the premiere episode of End the Week with the Geeks. Mm-hmm. Join us in 12 minutes at 3 o'clock for Midday with Moss on the Techie Geek page. Todd Bavonis says Christina is the best. We agree, Christina. Thank you. And on that note, we thank you for joining us. And
Thanks for having me. Thanks for doing this.
And we will see you 2 o'clock next week. Thank you.